I'm here with Hugh, president of the Manchester University Quidditch Club, to talk about the sport. So can you tell me more about Quidditch and how you do it here in this country?
So over here, Quidditch consists of two games really. You've got a sort of rugby game and a dodgeball game. The rugby game is chasers. They run down the pitch, scrabble for the quaffle, pick it up, pass it between them, put it through the hoops, and that's 10 points every time that happens. While that's going on, each team has beaters, who are bludgers, who are trying to stop the chasers from scoring.
So how does the snitch work?
So the snitch is a snitch runner in a pair of golden shorts with a tennis ball and a sock velcroed to the back. The seekers have to come up behind them, try and reach around and grab the snitch and pull it off. Of course, that's made difficult because the snitch is allowed to sort of hit and push and throw them and pull their brooms out and throw them away and that kind of thing. But the seeker isn't allowed to grapple with the snitch because the snitch is a referee. So that goes on until the snitch is caught. But the snitch also has handicaps, so after a few minutes, they will lose one arm to defend themselves. After another few minutes, they'll lose another arm. After another few minutes, they'll have to run up and down the halfway line and not anywhere else in the pitch.
Do you have a particular costume or special outfit that either matches the Harry Potter ones or is unique to you?
So at Manchester, last year we played in embroidered polo shirts that we managed to get reasonably cheaply, and now we've moved on to the proper sporting kit. So we have wicking rugby tops that we wear now, and a full kit. So we try and wear purple and yellow socks to match the university colours. It's then a purple and yellow shirt and then black rugby shorts.
But no robes and Harry Potter glasses or anything?
Not quite. They wouldn't be very practical to play in. I think people would get rather a bit injured if we tried to go for the full aesthetic mirroring of Harry Potter.
And what kit do you use, seeing as you can't use the real balls and equipment as they have in the Harry Potter universe?
So we use a volleyball and 3 dodgeballs. So anything you can find in Sports Direct will do, basically.
What do you use instead of brooms?
With lengths of plastic PVC piping with special rubber caps on the end to make sure that we don't take out each other's eyes in the tackles.
So once you finish Quidditch and you've actually finished the game, does the Quidditch Society tend to go on and do any other activities? Is it quite a good community to be in?
It's definitely an excellent community to be in. People are very relaxed, people are very nice. Every Saturday we finish practice, go to the pub, have a few drinks, get a bite to eat together. We try and do as many socials as possible, so we all went to go see Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, obviously. That's an obvious choice. Last year we had a swing dancing social. I've been liaising with various other societies to sort of meet up with them, so I think we were planning on having a sort of Victorian martial arts social and that kind of thing, so because I know someone who happens to run that society. So it's a real mixture, and we try and make sure that we do lots of things, but if not, we'll just sort of go around to one of the players' houses and watch a film too. So the community is very tight-knit, but we're always happy to have new people as well at any time of year.
So in terms of diversity, is it quite a balanced group of people who get involved with Quidditch?
It's a very diverse and balanced group of people. On the pitch, we have something called the gender rule, which means that you can't have any more than 4 of a gender on the pitch at any one time, and Quidditch is a gender-inclusive sport. So in terms of male and female balance, that works in a certain way, but also non-binary players don't count as either. They count as their own factor, and trans players also come into that too. So it means that we're a very gender-inclusive sport, and sort of the best teams in the country also have this very wide spectrum. So in terms of that regard, it's a good sport for everyone, especially if you're struggling to fit in with other sporting societies that don't really have the faculties to deal with these issues. Historically, they've not been a problem.
What kind of person tends to be attracted to the Quidditch scene?
I mean, it's a real mixture in terms of we have some people on the team who are just enormous Harry Potter fans. Our old president hasn't even read all of the books, the person I followed on from. So it's a real mixture. You usually get people who sort of played a bit of rugby or something at university, possibly in the chaser side of things. They played a bit at school, began playing at university, didn't really sort of fall in with it that much because it's a big commitment, and then they think, oh, I want to try something else, and then they come along. So usually it's people of sort of a mildly alternate background, or a very alternate background really, who are sort of into the kind of side of geek culture. But there's also people who have no idea about all of that, who come along just to play a sport that's new and fun. And it's really nice as well because it's co-ed, and you play with everyone, and you meet lots of new people, and it's just a really good social scene too.
Why would you encourage people to try Quidditch rather than any of other mainstream sports?
I'd say there are 2 key reasons as to why people should try Quidditch. The first is that we're a very casual sport because we know that people can't take it too seriously. Like, that's an important aspect of it. So if you want to play something once a week, then Quidditch is the sport for you. If you want to do more, we can facilitate that as well, as some of our players do. But with Quidditch, it's the way in which people come to it as well. You can't come to it with a big ego. You don't come to it having been amazing at your school for Quidditch. So it means that you have a kind of more natural level playing field that people come to. So if you want to play casually, that's fine. And lots of university sports teams don't really have that facility. They want you to train with them because they need to win. Whereas with us, we're less bothered about that kind of thing. And I'd say there are less egos in Quidditch and people are more equal to start with.
What is the most interesting or entertaining part of playing Quidditch?
For me, I think the most interesting and entertaining part was an excellent game we had against Leicester, which ultimately knocked us out of the Northern Cup. But it was the best game I've ever played because we went into it expecting to be absolutely smashed by Leicester, and then it quickly became apparent that we might be able to hold our own, and kind of the morale of the team was just so high. And that was just an excellent game because it was so kind of intense. There was lots of big tackling going on. There was lots of sort of excellent beating from afar. The runs people were making against each other's goals. It was just so intense and so kind of hyped up. It was just really exciting to be a part of. And then as well, Leicester came up to us afterwards and we all got on really well with them because people who'd been basically fighting 10 minutes before were just like, oh, that was an excellent game. That was so good. It was so much fun. So yeah, I'd say when you're really into a game and when you're really getting stuck in, and like when it almost when it matters for you to like get a good result and do well for your team, that's when it's a really excellent time to be in the Quidditch Club.
And if someone was interested, whether or not they had previous sporting experience, how would you recommend they went about getting in contact and getting involved?
So I'd say that you don't need any previous sporting experience whatsoever, even if you want to play for us competitively. We're just happy to have as many people come along as possible, and so you should definitely try it out. But if you want to get in touch and come along and play, you need to look on the Facebook page and then send us a message and let us know if you want to come down, or just turn up on any Saturday in term time at 1 o'clock in Whitworth Park. And then like have a crack, really. That's all it takes. The rules sound complicated, but once you get into it and people are sort of shouting at you and telling you what to do in a nice way, it makes it nice and simple.
So thank you, Hugh, for telling us about the Quidditch Club at Manchester University.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you for having me.